start recording anyway. Okay,
Cool.
so
I'm also streaming too, just so you know.
yeah, okay, cool, that works.
Yeah.
So I see you are. Wait, you can see my mouse, my cursor.
Uh,
I
you're not. Oh
might
wait, I'm
not.
not.
I
I'm
might
watching.
not have shared the right thing
Okay. Yeah, I see
here.
it now. I see it now. Yeah.
You can see my cursor.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, good. Okay. So you sent me some games versus Justin.
Hmm.
You want to talk about those before we get started?
You want to talk about it? No, I mean it's because the last time I said I wanted to do Sheik, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much why. And I figure, I mean, I just kind of looked to see. I don't know if these are ladder matches or whatever, but I mean, I think it's safe to say we're both tryharding against each other the whole time. So
Sure.
uh, I just kind of picked them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I picked specifically versus Justin, but it's
Right.
mostly because I wanted this one to be like versus Sheik.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Do you remember the stuff we talked about last time?
Um, Stuff we talked about last time was that we've had two lessons, right?
We might have had. I don't remember if it was one or two,
I
but
don't remember if it was one or two either. But the concepts that have stuck with me from you is the next page stuff.
mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. From the Smash Daddy VODs, I remember. Yeah, we've definitely done more than one. From the Smash Daddy VODs, I remember you telling me I do a lot of like first, as soon as like ASAP options. I
Yeah,
do like the option as soon as I can.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess like panic options maybe, or like however you want to call it. But yeah, I've kind of like thought about that more. Looking at the screen, I guess. Um, yeah, sorry, I don't really remember like a lot of the specific stuff we talked about besides kind of like the next page kind of things.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine. I mean, it has been like a little bit, so it's not like I expect you to like remember everything or
right,
whatever, right?
right.
So it's like okay, so let's talk about the next page stuff. Like, so let's think about like how that like as it applies to Sheik, right? So
Hmm.
like what's some examples of stuff do you think you were trying to like actively like try to play the next interaction while during these games
Um,
against Justin? Do you
oh, I
remember?
do remember another thing we talked about is like getting in Sheik's range, which kind of goes along with like the just being in that 15 to 20 frames,
Yeah, the
reaction
unreactable
bubble
zone.
range.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
unreactable
yeah.
zone. Yeah.
Um, I've been trying to pay attention to that. I guess versus Sheik specifically, those situations are probably like like a lot of either like frame positive aerial into another thing, like strings like that. I'm pretty sure like fair into F tilt, fair into dash back, fair into whatever Sheik wants on shield kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also wave dash back. Those are things that I'm kind of looking out for Sheik, but also tilt to neutral is also kind of a thing that I like to try and punish, because if you can get like a deep enough shield or a crouch cancel on it, you can punish fair pretty reliably, pretty easily too.
Yeah.
But also like trying to incorporate CC a lot more in my neutral game once I get to the unreactable zone,
Okay.
because I realize I kind of just shield a lot, which you
Yeah.
don't really want to, you don't always want to do. You want to like mix it in, like kind of like anything else. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Um, Yeah, and also like I remember full hop. Also, you talked about how good full hop can be in
Yeah.
this matchup specifically. I don't remember exactly what, but I mean it makes sense. Like if you can get in that range where you're kind of like not exactly directly over her, but also directly over her. If it's like an F tilt or something like that, if she's caught in some frames, then that's like a really good juicy spot for Fox.
Yeah, usually
Um,
there's like a close range that's like I don't want to say like the closer you are, but it's like full hop like isn't very good whenever you're far away,
mhm.
but then like the closer you get, kind of like the more potent full hop becomes because like there's such a drastic difference in like how much time they have to react to it, and
Right.
you can really mix up the timing at which you choose to come down on her.
Hmm.
Something else. Obviously, I don't know if you've been working on this. Might be hmm, I had something stuck in my throat.
Ugh.
The unreactable DI, or the ambiguous DI on the down throws.
I have
Uh,
been trying to practice that. I kind of just like hold whichever like slight notch, like Firefox notch,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
whichever direction I need to go. And I think it's, I mean, I remember Ty playing Sheik versus me, and I kind of like was like, can you tell if I'm doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ambiguous DI or not? And then he was like, he said he wasn't really looking for it, but then after he did, he said I was doing it.
Okay, that's good.
So it's something I did incorporate for sure.
Something else that is to note is that for like slight DI, it's just like you don't necessarily want to go. So like, I don't know if you knew this or not, but
Mm-hmm.
if I hold like, say if I like hold straight left and I hold all the way into the notch, that's a different DI than if I hold straight left, but like only part of the way across the
Yeah, like a
controller.
tilt. Yeah,
Yeah, instead of
yeah,
like
I knew
going all the way
about. Yeah,
across.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
knew about that. I don't do that.
yeah,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
whenever you do the ambiguous DI, like if you do like instead of going all the way into the notch, if you do it like slightly, then it is going to make a difference as well.
Okay, but I was I was doing like the northmost notch, but like
Yeah, I know what you're talking
the
about,
yeah
like the
yeah
controller
okay.
notches.
But you're
It's like
saying
the
to
upwards
do
Firefox notches. Yeah,
right.
instead of going all sliding all the way into that notch, you can just go like part of the way towards it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking at your controller now, you can probably like kind of
Yeah,
see
I
what I'm
had it in my
talking about.
hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, that would
Word.
be like probably more consistently ambiguous. So yeah, like talking about like for example the full hops, where it's just like
Mm-hmm.
this full hop you do here is like a pretty bad idea, right? Because you go all the way from back here. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And this is like kind of like where I was like, oh, full hop gets stronger the closer you are. So it's like if you were like right, if you know Sheik were like right here, at
Uh-huh.
this area, and then you were like closer, like half the distance, like right here. Suddenly, full hop can become really powerful because you know if she like goes for a dash attack or forward tilt, you can go up and over, and then you can like kind of aim like to like back air her behind or land a drill right on top of her. But from here, this is kind of like far enough to where they can be like, oh, my opponent's full hopping. Let me like walk backwards or like walk slightly
Mm-hmm.
forwards to make you miss, right?
Yeah.
And you just get grabbed out of it. So this is kind of related to it's just like trying to be like kind of just like attacking at like the earliest possible timing. And you're like full hopping a lot, so you just like reads it a lot. Like right here again.
I don't know how I got the grab there, but yeah.
It seems like this maybe. Do you think this was meant to be a full hop, or do you mean to short hop here? Because like you should probably short hop
I
here
I
and get
I
to
probably
punish,
meant to
right?
short hop. Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably meant to short hop this because I'm pretty sure when you watch like matches where I'm like kind of winning a little more, it's a lot of like short hop drill out of shield in
yeah,
spots.
yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'm I'm I know to do that, so I would like to think I did, but I probably am full hopping a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you,
that was what I meant to do for sure.
yeah. But yeah, you see how like you're already like full hopping a lot. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think you short hop like at all so far this game.
Right.
Like right here, this is a
I
full
probably get
hop
royally messed up.
here, and then full hop, and
Right.
then full hop again. So he's just like kind of waiting for you to full hop and then getting ready to just dash underneath or like dash back to punish it.
Right.
So it's like a little bit too much like
I haven't I've done it like way too much
yeah, it's
at this
just like,
point
you know, you're not
in
like
bad spots, but also yeah.
you're like almost not doing like any you're not doing any like running shine or short hop stuff. Like you probably you short hop like once or twice there as we were talking about it. But it's like well, if once you're just like trying to only full hop, it becomes really easy to beat because they just look for it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Will I adapt?
Right. It's kind of the same thing where it's just like, I don't know. Once again, it's like I don't know if you're like
That
just
was I meant to do that. I
trying
think.
to short hop or not. But yeah, you're
I mean,
just like,
based off of how much I'm full hopping, I probably am meaning to do it.
yeah, and you can see just like how easy it is because it's like Fox's aerial drift. Once you full hop, it's just not that good. So it's just like
That's true.
once he like gets a read on your full hop, especially because a lot of times you do these full hops kind of in place and then you try to drift left or right. So then it gets really bad for you.
Right.
And it's like for a lot of these spots, it feels like pretty safe, like right here because you know you get like an edge cancel off of it, for example. So like, I don't completely hate this. And it lets you get out, but
it's
yeah,
pretty punishable, I think.
You're doing like, yeah, they could still read it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that game was actually pretty cut and dry. There was like a lot of the spots you won were just kind of like scrappy stuff where you got to just like move a little faster, do some like shuffle nairs or whatever, and then like get on top of him. But it's just like a lot of times in neutral, it felt like you're trying to kind of what it looks like is like you're trying to full hop to like get him to whiff something, and then you're going to punish him with a full hop aerial. But you, whenever you're just like, it seems like he just like caught onto it really fast, right? He's ready for you to full hop, so you know he's just not going to take the bait, not going to whiff something, and then you're in a lot of trouble when you land. As opposed to, you know, if you mixed it up a little more, you know, you did some short hops, you did some more like grounded
Wave
stuff,
dash in place,
yeah,
kind of stuff.
to try to like bait him, you know,
Crouch.
in order to get him to swing, it's like you do have to actually like try to hit him sometimes, right? Like if all you do is look for whiffs and he just doesn't do anything, that you lose. It's just like you have to do something to hit him to be like, no, you need to start using moves or else I'm going to hit you.
Right, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, as you know, that's like I mean, people would say that's like a conditioning thing or a Yomi thing, whatever it is. It's just like, you know, you can't. Sometimes you can't skip steps.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So did you mean a dash attack here? Because like this is like also, I mean, this is like a pretty questionable dash attack for multiple reasons. Like,
I think I meant to grab, but maybe not. No,
okay.
that's like I mean, it could have been
like a boost grab.
No,
I don't know. I don't think.
I think
so.
what it could have been was like a nair, an attempt at a nair.
Yeah, I mean the nair makes sense. Nair makes more sense, I think, for this input. It's still
it
like
could have been a boost grab. I do try to do that, particularly versus Justin. I don't know why. It's always in my mind.
Yeah.
For him, I don't know why, because I know Sheik has it too.
Yeah.
And he does do it, so maybe that's
yeah.
why.
I mean, it's great with Sheik, right? So
and also, I'm like I do it versus Taylor. I don't know why.
Very interesting.
It's like just something I've incorporated, or I just remember like I don't know that tool for some reason like surfaces to the very messy toolbox, right? I don't know why, but yeah, it could have been that. I think it was a nair.
Yeah. The nair makes more sense for this input, in my opinion. I think it doesn't change very much compared to the dash attack because you know, if you look at this distance, like this is definitely like, okay, imagine if, you know, this the Sheik were a Marth player instead, right? This is like the range that every Marth player wants you to nair from, right into the corners. They could just like dash back on like the tiny amount of stage left and then grab you, throw you off the stage. Because like this, you know, we were talking about, you know, like the 15 to 20 reaction window.
Right.
This is easily like within reactable distance, right?
Right. Yep.
Like you could definitely react from here. You really need to like get a lot closer than you think you do, because like this is where it's going to start establishing all the threats. This is how you're going to create like the whiffs to open up the full hop opportunities, because you know, if you're like right here instead in the middle of these flowers whenever you jump, then and you jump in near at him, then he's not going to be able to he's not going to be able to dash back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Not a reaction. He's gonna have to make a read. So if he's gonna like try to read it, then you know he's gonna have to like forward tilt in place, or he's going to have to block, or maybe he'll like wave dash back. And then whenever you know, once you get here, and then he starts like trying to forward tilt this approach, that's where you can run up and then full hop over him and get behind, right?
Right.
So it
Mm.
doesn't seem like there's much threat for him, because you're still trying to get in from really far away when he can just kind of react to which option you choose. And the
Mm-hmm.
second reason why, you know, the dash attack or nair wouldn't have been very good here is
Is that
because,
0?
yeah, exactly, right. It's easy for him to crouch cancel it. So either way, it's just like not a great
Yeah.
idea.
Right.
Yeah.
That unpause.
This was a very unfortunate.
Yeah. You know, it happens.
So let's see what happened here. So he still has at 0 here, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're still trying to nair.
I also tried to up air, falling up air him, which can also be CC'd.
Yeah.
It's like I know drill is the move, right?
Yeah.
But
so the question here is, so you nair, like you overshoot a nair like over here. So did you think right here? Let's see. He tried to grab you.
right.
Yeah, you tried to up air him right here, and he went for a whiff grab. So
Right.
right here, probably you could have just true punished here.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because whenever
Because
you
of how, yeah.
so like
Go on,
whenever
sorry.
you do this up air here, and then while you're landing, then you can look at him and then look at what he's doing. So from this moment, like you probably had enough time to just like take a second and then look at him
Right.
instead of like immediately going. But even immediately going, this is just like it kind of like this is very awkward that her like grabbing animation made her duck. It made her go under your nair.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if probably like drill would have been fine here.
Yeah, I could have just like short hop drilled.
Yeah, I think if you short hop drilled, you're pretty good. Or if you just like didn't do
I could
this
I could have
aerial going
grabbed.
so far, yeah, shine, drill, grab, or just not aerial as far forward would have all been would have all worked.
Up smash, but you can tech that down.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have been, but he could have, because he was in like a whiff animation, so he might have just been holding down after he whiffed the grab.
Right.
Just a little bit of tech skill.
Real bad.
Yep.
He was expecting the shield drop.
Yeah, this is another kind of like not really looking at the screen moment here, right? Because he's like up tilting here. He's like blatantly reading you're gonna shield drop, and you just like obligingly shield drop through anyway, right? You could like wave dash, or you could jump away here, or you could just like run, or instead of shield dropping, you just run off to the left and back air, or not back air, just like run off and then run away. Then that would have all been fine. But this is like kind of like he's blatantly showing you that he's covering shield drop, but it's just like we have like a monkey brain, so we're just like, he's below me, I'm gonna shield drop aerial into him, and then like you just get blown up, right?
Yep.
And it's like not an uncommon read, right? Like you see Spacey's players also just stand underneath side platforms and just spam up tilt all the time. See, you were also kind of looking for it.
Yeah.
Like right here, you drop through, and then you were standing here waiting for him to do it, and you could have out tilted, but you just shielded. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to shield grab him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Same thing.
Slow it up.
Right. And this is like another kind of spot where it's just like if you're gonna read, I don't have a problem actually with you just like spamming up tilt here to like try to read a shield drop. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they're like watching and it doesn't work. Just like you could do it sometimes, and then
Right.
whenever they show that they aren't gonna just like shield drop into your up tilt, then you can move instead. But like just crouch canceling here obviously isn't gonna work, right? Because you're 117.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy because these games are like recent, right?
Yeah.
But like I still look like it still looks the same as it always looks, pretty much.
I mean, that's kind of like how it's gonna be, especially if it's like I don't know how much like conscious effort that you're kind of putting into like addressing like these situations in the Sheik matchup specifically, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
it's just like even if you like, because I know you've like probably been playing against like Marth a lot, Marth and Fox probably, and I don't know how much
Hmm.
you've been playing against Sheik specifically, and it's just
Not
like
not a lot, yeah. That's why
yes,
I said Justin, we got to play more,
yeah,
which is where these matches are from. I actually had a lot versus him, so I
yeah.
don't know. I kind of like randomly picked three. I couldn't really tell like which ones were which, like if they were ladder matches or what have you. But
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
that's fine. The point is just like it's contextual, right? So it's just like I wouldn't be surprised like if dealing with like a very similar platform situation, you were getting a lot better at it versus Marth or versus Fox, because that's probably where the bulk of your playtime and like trying to focus on stuff is. But like if
right,
it's versus Sheik and it's just like, oh, I don't play against Sheik very much, then it's not surprising that if you aren't like specifically trying to do like these things, it's not surprising that they wouldn't change very much.
true. Although I did ladder match Justin and Llama
Recently,
two
yeah,
days in a row, and I lost to both of them one day, and then I beat Llama and then lost to Justin the next day. And the
yeah,
Llama set was pretty convincing, I think.
okay,
But then I still lost to Justin the same way, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that happens, yo. Justin
Yeah.
is especially okay. Nice crouch.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, I
So
just do an aerial into crouch instead of like anything else.
yeah, especially they're gonna go straight for the punish. I was just wondering if this was the best punish I've gotten. So into up smash. I guess that's fine. It's probably
Yeah,
better. Yeah, up smash is probably better than like. Yeah, it's probably
grab.
better than grab, so that's fine. I kind of wonder about this back air. Let me see.
I could have up aired maybe.
Yeah, up air would probably be better, or it's just like I don't know if you had time to. If you had time to dash, if you had time to dash, then this back air is fine. But it's like you see how after you got your up smash, you went straight into the back air instead of doing a
Mm-hmm.
dash. So
Mm-hmm.
like right here, blah blah blah. Okay, so then you immediately go into jump here. Yeah.
Right.
Uh, which like severely limits like how much you're able to follow him, because like so you back air him and he just DIs away, and then it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, it's over. But if you had like dash
Mm.
to the right just for one frame, you just do like a dash before you did your aerial, and then you could do like the hard reverse back air, and he would still go this way.
Right, but I would have that momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'd
Yeah.
actually be able to chase them more, right? You'd probably get
Right.
like back air and then like another neutral air or something, and maybe that ends, or like you could like back air here and then you could jump up to this like platform, whatever. I'm sure you can imagine in your head like what some of these
Right.
sequences might look like. Or
Mm-hmm.
up air, like you mentioned, would have been good. I would still want the dash with the up air because you want to be like closer to the center whenever you get an up air juggle, right? So that you could like at the very least force them outwards. If they try to DI in towards the center and up, then you can get a second up air or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, missing the dash here, changed your punish a lot because I think if you had gotten your dash, like you landed like right here after your no drift or after your undashed full drift. But if you had dash, you probably would have gone like twice as far. You probably would have ended up over here, and then you could end up with a platform situation, maybe another back air or an up air on him right here.
Right.
Because I think he did double jump out of hit stun. Let me see.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he
Right there.
did double jump out of hit stun. So if you could have caught him with a back air with no double jump, that would have been money.
Right.
Nice. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, I remember like getting wave shines and then not finishing them versus him.
Yeah, I mean, Justin definitely goes to the SDI. In this case, well, whether he hit it or not, it was just like a mechanical error on your side, right? Where you just like didn't hit the up smash. And yeah, that'll happen, right? I mean, it's just some shit that's just like, I mean, sometimes just doesn't happen. But it's just like, if you miss them a lot, then you probably need to practice that motion more.
Right.
And it's probably like, you probably feel like stupid just like jump canceling up smashes on a computer for 5 minutes or whatever. But I mean,
I actually specifically need to relearn JC up smash with the claw.
Yeah,
I really need to. The double stick is like, I'm missing it so much that I know I just need to relearn it the way that most other people do it.
Yeah, and so that's definitely something I would suggest, and I would also suggest it to treat it kind of like music, where you practice, the transition to passages, where it's not just like, oh, I don't just practice doing my JC up smash. You should practice doing your wave shine into JC up smash with
right.
Sheik. Get like 3 or 4 wave shines, and then try to hit the JC up smash off of that, because you know the part between is the part that's going to be difficult and important to practice.
That makes sense.
Same thing, shield dropped into up tilt. Look right here. Whoops. All right, so this is a good example of a spot where you just kind of like I think you were watching the screen here, but it's just like, it seems like you were really, so right here you land.
I was surprised, I think.
Yeah, you were either like surprised, but you saw he was like charging up smash for so long that like either you didn't know the range or you didn't know the timing, and then that would be, I mean, those are or you just fucked up, right? That's the only explanations for why you would dash back here. But you can see how it totally makes you miss a punish here.
The grab, yeah.
Because you were completely fine. Once you watch it back here, then it's just like, landing here, you're so obviously not going to get hit by this up smash.
Right.
So it's just like, if you just
I think what happened is I figured he was going to keep charging it. Yeah. So I was going to like start dash dancing, and then he lets it rip almost immediately, and then I'm like, oh fuck. And then I try and cover it, and then I whiff because I'm too far away.
Okay. So if you're going to, a couple things, it's like, I don't think you need to dash dance here, right? Like, it's just like I think dash dancing here is kind of like a monkey brain thing. It's just like, oh, I like to move around a lot, and it makes me feel good. But it's just like, if you just literally stood right here, then you probably would never miss this punish. And like dash dancing, as you can see, like created an opportunity for you to end up missing the punish, because like whenever you dash, you are committing to something, even though dash dance is, supposedly like this non-committal option or whatever. Whenever you dash, you're putting yourself into frames of commitment, especially in terms of like distance. So like just standing there would have been better than the dash dance.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. Or, if you were insistent on dash dancing, like, why not dash dance closer in, Like, you could probably get, like, pretty close here, and then this up smash still won't hit you.
Right.
So you could have, like, opted to dash more towards him rather than centering your dash dance away from him.
Which is ironic, because I feel like normally I don't going to dash back first, or not normally, but I find myself instead of dashing back, I'll dash in and then I'll get hit.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's
it's
like pretty funny.
normal. It's normal, I think, for people to set up their dash stance by dashing forward first, because dash back is inherently more inconsistent, right? You already know about all that. Dash
Right.
back is inconsistent stuff. But so if you dash forward and then you dash back, you hit your dash backs 100% of the time.
Right.
Using moves that aren't safe on crouch cancel. Okay. Oops.
Nice.
Yeah, you
Nice,
see,
nice
like,
nair too. Holy shit!
look how far away you are whenever you do the snare. Like, this nair is like insane. This is like the same nair that Justin just like walked underneath, slowly walked underneath and turned around and grabbed you at the beginning of the fountain game, right?
Right.
He just like happened
That
to
time-
pick a bad choice. Just because it hit him doesn't mean it was a good idea. It was just
No,
like,
yeah,
oh, he
I
really
know.
fucked up here. He could just walk
Yeah.
forward slightly and then grabbed you and thrown you off
Right.
stage.
No, I know that one's really bad.
Oh, why did this miss? What?
I think I jumped too early again.
You were slow after the... I think you were slow after the up tilt?
Yeah,
Watch this again.
perhaps.
I'm not sure. Because in my head, this should have connected. This...
Yeah.
I don't know if you choosing to fair here instead of nair made a difference, but... Well, you weren't standing that long.
I think I jumped too early.
Yeah, you might have just jumped too early here. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah. This nair really should have hit him. Uh-huh. That's a good...
Bad back air.
Yeah. But the draw out of shield was a right idea.
Online, baby. Side B.
Oops.
Yeah, getting caught in
Stuck in
shine has been a thing recently.
Whoops. Really shouldn't be missing these either.
I also shouldn't shine right there either, which is something that like I really pay attention to in Marth specifically. And I don't know why I'm not doing it more, in other matches, but
yeah,
that's definitely something I actively go for instead. Because I mean, like, if they're wave shineable or if it's like a good player that gets knocked down, they either tech it or they just DI to the edge and then they have invincibility frames, right?
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, like this, like for example, like people will SDI the drill, and then I don't know if he got SDI or not. Maybe he did. I guess he did. He got some sort of DI on the drill, and it's just like he DI'd far enough out to where the shine doesn't connect. So in this at this point, you could just drill again, right? You could just jump and do another aerial, and that would get it. Or you could just like try to go straight into the grab maybe. But I like drilling again. But yeah, I agree. Like the shine feels like a really just like autopilot thing. I think you should really not miss this up air. I don't know what it is on how it is on Sheik, but at Marth definitely, if you up throw him and he does full DI like this, you can up throw single hit up air him very consistently. Like the second hit only, it'll just kill him off the top. They have nothing to do if they do this DI. So I would look into if this is possible on Sheik. And I would also learn the second hit only up air on Marth too, on the full DI at these kill percents. Because we should really not miss these. Like, if you think about this is like, if you kill him right here, then he's dead. Instead, like, you got hit for... Okay, you only got hit by a fair. But it's just like, it was a pretty bad
could have been
spot,
so much
right?
more.
Yeah, you could have gone off stage and died. Nice jump. Nice. That sucks.
Yep.
It happens.
No, yeah, for sure. I do be hitting some of them though.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I need to. I feel like I shield a lot, like right after my ledge dash. I don't know why, but I need to like start picking options that are like, okay, we're back to neutral because I find that the better people I play are like playing around it, obviously,
Yeah.
of course. Right?
So the question is like, how intangible is your ledge dash, right? So it's just like you might have to shield if you think you got like kind of a shitty ledge dash and they're doing a move, but if they're not, then maybe go hit them. You know.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's another one of those like autopilot-y things. That's all.
Another full hop here, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
See, you always full hop from really far away. It's just like you probably like in the moment you probably like can't tell so much because it's just like, oh, I'm really close to him whenever either I hit them or I get hit, which is kind of like, I don't know. It's just how our brains work. It's like it sounds stupid because it's like, well, no shit. Whenever I hit them, I'm close to them. But it's just like, look how close, far away. Look at this dust cloud. This is how much stage you have between you whenever you start jumping.
Right.
This is truly like an absurd amount of stage. Again, you want to be like half as close. You want to be like right here, and then you can like full hop up and over him like this. You can do double jump mix-ups. You can just run in here and up smash. You can run in and shine. You can do like short hops and stuff. This will give you a lot more power if you just like really, really try to make sure you're at a spot where they can't react to your approach. And sometimes it will feel stupid because it's like sometimes they'll just like hit you instead. And you'll just like, oh, I'm stupid. I like tried to hit him at a spot and he just hit me, you know. I was trying to get too close and he just hit me. But it's just like generally yeah. Go on.
I realize that though, like when I do get in those situations where it's like I get close and pick a thing and I lose, but I know I feel like I know when it's like, you know, I lost because you know I lost the RPS, or it's not always like 3, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's like I just picked the thing and they picked the thing and I lost, and that's how it is sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I do. I know about yeah.
So yeah, it's the whole RPS thing, and it's just like if you play like from out here, then you obviously don't have to play the RPS. But then as you like jump in, it becomes really easy for them to just like also not have to play RPS and hit them. So what I would suggest is usually you try to like set up from a space that's like so. So the main concern here is like, what if I just try to come in here and then I lose RPS and I get hit and I die, right? That's the main concern. So it's just like, so I'm going to try to like come in, or like I'm going to try to play from farther away so that I don't have to play RPS. That's usually kind of the thinking that's at least subconscious to this scenario. What I would suggest to answer that is like, you can be right here and then use this to try to set up an RPS scenario that is a little more in your favor. So it's like, if you come right here, I'm going to back this up because I think this is like a pretty decent thing. So like, if you back up to like right here, and you see he's jumping right here, this is a spot where you don't have to play any RPS. You're completely fine. If you want, you could stand literally right here, and then he like, because he's jumping in place,
he has to do something.
Yeah, he's not going to hit you.
It's like on him, right? And I'm at a range where I'm just waiting for him to do something, right?
Now the thing is, like, if you want to try to whiff punish this fair, well, you probably have to play RPS in order to whiff punish, because like if he does this like fair in place, then I bet he could forward tilt, or he could jab, or he could grab. No one whiffs fair and then grabs, but like it's actually a really fun option. No one does that, but they should. Or he could like roll, and then you would just not get the whiff punish on the fair because fair just has no ending lag, right?
Right.
So, but like you could totally use this to like get right here, and then right here we know that we're at a space where we can react to him. So right here at the edge of the space where we know we can react to him, we can look and then be like, oh, he's jumping. And then from here, we can use this to like safely walk to like run a little further. And then he's in the air, and then you're in a very advantaged spot for you to start playing RPS.
Right.
Instead of just like jumping in like this, where I mean he just like read it. It was like a really easy time for him. Whereas if you, as compared to like if you just like dash dance, say right here around this spot, really tight, and he was just standing still, then you can then choose at this point whether you want to go in and play the RPS or not, or you can just like go away and just be like, nah,
Right.
you know. Or it's just like, and that's also like he might try to like come in and dash attack you from here, and that's like where it all starts. But it's just like the idea is like you kind of want to, whenever you're outside of the threatening range, you want to use that if you're going to approach to set up to get inside of their reaction range so that you can kind of rig the cards, rig the deck.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are not great games for sure, which is crazy because I feel like there are some probably within like on both sides of these Justin games that are like I probably look pretty good, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's bound to be games where you look a little worse and games that you look a little better, right? But I do think it's like, and this is not like 100% sound logic, but I do think it's like reasonably telling that if you just looked into like your folder of Justin games, or you know your folder of games, and
most of them are going to look like
that. If you just pick 3 random games against Justin and they all look like this, then it's just probably like, huh, there's probably a problem here, right? I didn't like cherry pick these and look for games where, you know, I was doing a bunch of stupid stuff and getting punished really hard. It's just like I just picked 3 random games and I found these problems in all 3 games.
Right. For sure.
That was a nice edgeguard sequence, though.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad I'm owning him right here. Those 2 wave dash backs into up tilt were good. That's like been the thing I've been kind of practicing.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it like a little too much sometimes.
Nice. All right, let's look at this. Yeah, so you got jump cancel up smash here, right? Instead of like some sort of like weird like
bear while I'm still facing
bear. Yeah. You can see how if you did the same bear there, it was just like, oh, garbage, nothing doing, right? But this time you have some momentum, you caught his double jump. That's really good. I kind of hate these lasers, though.
Me too. I feel like that's because I felt like it was probably the sequence probably over.
Maybe. But I mean, I don't know. Like Fox is pretty fast. I bet if he drifts full back, then probably you can't get to him. But I would rather like, instead of jumping like this, I would rather like dash towards him, and then like if he tries to fall down or in, get a dash attack or a down tilt to pop him back up and start it all over, then get these lasers.
Yeah.
Because like I think, you know, given the jump, I think if you just dashed, by the time he's like over here, you could probably be like right here already.
Yeah.
And at the very least, you're gonna like force him like to like try to go for the ledge instead.
Right. Yikes.
Alright, this is a full hop that I think makes sense.
This one though.
This one you should have just like whiff punched him, right?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so bent on playing in the air.
It is something that, yeah, you see, like, how far away are these full hops, right? It is something Magi also likes to say. It was just like, whenever you're a Fox player and you start, like, trying to beat Sheik by, like, being like, oh, I'm going to mix her up with, like, my full hops and my double jumps, that's usually, like, whenever they're, like, they just, like, start forward tilting and you get murdered.
Nice. That was a good wave dash out of shield, jab, grab, up, throw, second hit up.
I noticed that you do, like, whenever they hit your shield, then they space move your shield. I noticed that you do wave dash forward out of shield a lot to chase them, which I do think is really good.
Yeah, that's something that I've recently got the hang of. Because it's like, that's like the Mango thing. But so many good players, right? But he, like, particularly makes it look good. Yeah. And if I have wave dash notches, like, it makes it so powerful now, actually.
Yeah, you just chase them down, right? Because usually it's like space a move and then dash back. So it's just like, it's just super good. I really like it a lot. Exactly like this.
Yep.
This up air probably could have been a little better, but I'm glad it hit.
Same.
Like, you see how you didn't dash here, so it's like
Oh
this
yeah, I
up air
walk.
like almost doesn't connect. It's just like
Right.
you want to like, and it's probably pretty hard, I guess. But it's like you always want to like dash so that you're like underneath them, and then double jump like to be deep inside them, so that they can't like just FDI to one side, get out so easily, right? The deeper you are inside of them, then the harder it is for them to get out.
True. Yep.
But it all worked out.
That's definitely something I try and aim for sure. But I was probably like, "Oh, I'm gonna win,"
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I just like let it rip, you know,
that's definitely a
without
moment
much.
where it's just like, oh god, I'm going for it, you know.
But no, this was definitely some good shit for sure.
Yeah, so definitely, I would say, watch your approach distances, particularly with the full hops. Like, yeah, just try to do the biggest thing I would really say is like try to make sure that whenever you're going to attack from closer, and like, obviously this is going to be like subject to like, and this is probably like kind of a bad habit that gets created because if you play people who just like attack, people who are really bad will just like attack at nothing the second they think that you're coming in, right? So then it's just like, oh, if I jump in from like further away, then they miss, and then I hit them for it. It's just like really easy, you know. Like if you play fucking unranked, and then there's like Marth players just like forward smashing at nothing, then like that sort of full hop wrecks those players, like it absolutely demolishes them. And the second people start like waiting a little longer, then the full hop gets a lot worse. So it's kind of like primed to beat players who are just like preemptively swinging at nothing. But so yeah, you just have to like get used to trying to approach from closer, and then if they start swinging really early preemptively to catch those approaches again, then that's when you can start playing further back again. You just have to like kind of make your adaptations and answer whatever they're doing with like knowing whichever tool to use.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, well, I feel like that was pretty good. Do you have
pretty much?
Do you have anything else?
What do you mean?
Just like we could probably have time to look over one more game if you want to, or we can, or like if you have any questions, or we can just call it.
I was wondering about there was something specific I wanted to ask you that I remember. I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna just ask Howard that, but now I forgot. But there was one thing about that. You remember sending me like a GIF about getting out Marth up throw or something? Yeah, could you resend that because I lost it, and I feel like now if I can get in, because I took notes like I said I was gonna about the like the aha moment or whatever, which is funny because I think that happened before those Justin games, which is funny, but looking at them because I figured, I don't know, in my head I figured there was going to be like kind of like a stark difference maybe, but
okay, it should
not entirely.
Yeah, it should be this thing. Let me DM it to you as well.
Word.
But yeah, it should be this thing. This is against Marth, right? But why does it? Yeah, okay, yeah. But I mean, and I don't have a GIF of it versus Sheik, but yeah, this is like basically the idea.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like pretty fucking ambiguous, right?
It's pretty slight.
Yeah, you literally can't tell the difference. It's pretty fucked up, actually.
No, you can't. If you just like stare at Fox, you see him like move one pixel over, and it's like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I don't expect anybody to hit like exactly those values, but you could probably get pretty close.
And yeah, with not going into the notch all the way for sure.
Yeah.
You just have to find like where those values are. You can use like whatever controller things are. I mean, there's definitely like, you know, if you people like make custom notches and shit, it's just like the day somebody makes like a slight DI notch to fuck with Marth players, it's gonna be so funny.
A slight DI notch.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's probably like a full DI that's ambiguous too.
Right. And damn kids now got a notch for everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think I also need to like just brush up on SDI in general and like double stick DI too, because now it's like I'm trying to figure out how to make it as hard as possible on my opponent to follow up because everybody's so good at following up.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa, making my follow-ups a lot more damaging when I can, because it's like, you know, I feel like in Melee, and the same goes for many other games, like you're expected to reach a certain point, like mechanically, I guess. Like if in an FPS game, you're expected to be able to hit like one-tap headshots, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the heads-up timings.
Yeah.
And in Melee, you're expected to hit, you know, if not a 0 to death, like a lot of percent into a favorable mix-up situation, edge guard or whatever, right? But it's not always so simple.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like as you get better and better, or like as you see the people who get better and better on the top 100, it's kind of like not about how many 0 to deaths they hit, but how many 0 to deaths they miss. Because you know, it comes down to those little like mistakes. Not saying that people are playing like God perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know.
Except for the God perfect
Zane,
people,
Zane,
right?
Cody, and fucking Mango pretty much right now, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Even they're making mistakes, you know.
Yeah, all that is good to look into, and I'll never tell somebody that they don't need to like practice their basic tech skill. Like, you know, we were talking about the jump cancel up smashes today.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I just need to go and just learn the muscle memory for clawing it, which is like, it's so weird though, because you have to like put your
you have to switch. You have to switch
because I use my index on R, which I use R for everything. So
yeah, that's more awkward.
That's especially making it hard, but
yeah, that's more awkward. I use L for everything, so it's easier for me to swap if I wanted to do so.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah.
No. No, yeah, this was pretty good stuff. Also, I was gonna ask, do you know if there's like any like netplay tournament hub? Where there's like, because you know I got pretty solid internet. I can play. It feels like my connection feels good up to like 80 ping, 100 ping, as long as the other person has a stable connection. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I think I could enter stuff.
I have no idea. I think like what a lot of people do is they literally just like search on Smash GG for tournaments to enter. I think I think that's actually what they do, but I'm not 100%. I'm not ruling in any servers. Maybe like the Melee Online server has like a thing for tournaments. I don't know. I'm not in it, so
right. For sure. Yeah. Just wondering about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I'm going to put this up on YouTube, and yeah, anytime. If you want to do another analysis sometime, just hit me up.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But I feel like I'm trying to like, although it'll always be good to analyze stuff with another person because it's good to just get different perspectives on things. The Rand thing that he did recently was about like how to get stuff out of your own VODs by yourself, you know, because I guess that is kind of the goal, right? Like
yeah,
or at least partially the goal. You want to be able to kind of like analyze this sort of thing by yourself.
Yeah, totally.
You know, but not to say I don't like really value it, you know, the lessons with you. But.
No, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
Later, man.